All right, guys, 710 Bar Garage. Here we are going on a little range test. I'm at 80%, technically 79, but we are going to see how far this thing will go. And I guess we'll just do some math to make up the missing 20%. And I'll keep you guys updated maybe every 5 or 10 miles or so. But yeah, we're going to do rear wheel drive only in high gear. And I'll try to keep it under 25 miles an hour, but I still want to have some fun, so I'll let you guys know. All right, catch you out there. All right, just a quick update. I just got to the dirt where I'm going to be riding and back in these hills and stuff, and we are at 41 on here. I don't know if you guys can see that. 41 miles and rear wheel drive, and we are in work mode. So on this four-wheeler you have work, normal, and sport. Now all three have the exact same horsepower and torque settings. It just responds differently in each one. Sport's a little more snappier, normal's a little less snappier, but more than work, and work is snappy. Like, I don't know, this thing's amazing in work mode. It's extremely powerful. I can't even begin to explain the rush that I get on this thing accelerating to 50. It's especially in all-wheel drive, but in rear-wheel drive it's crazy. So all right, guys, we're at 41 miles, like I said, in work mode, rear-wheel drive. I'm going to try and keep the speeds low just so I can try to max this thing out, and we'll see what miles we get. Right now it says 33, so 74 miles on the odometer should put this thing at 0%, and we'll see where we're at. All right, bye. All right, guys, just a quick update. I just climbed this big hill. Made it 3/4 of the way up the hill without engaging all-wheel drive, and then I had to engage the all-wheel drive and put it in low gear just to make it to the very top at the last like 20% of the hill or so, 25%. We're sitting at 43.1 miles with 26 miles of range. I did put it in speed limit mode 25 so that I can't go over 25, just to try to save for the range test. 15 was too slow. It was fun still, but it's been good with 25. Max 25 is good. I haven't even had to max it out yet. 20's been actually really fun on these roads and stuff. So I'll later on down the road, I just wanted to let you know to get up that hill. It's really steep. I'll show it to you later, but I had to engage all-wheel drive and put it in low. Honestly, I probably could have done high gear all-wheel drive, but I just thought I would go for it all and do it since I was already doing it. So, all right, see you guys. What's going on, everybody? I'm out here riding, doing about 8 miles an hour. It's kind of tricky to do it with one hand. We're sitting at 46 miles on the dot. 46 miles on the dot with 23 estimated miles of range left. Still in rear-wheel drive, work mode. I went 35 once. It wasn't in speed limit at the time. I took it out, but I wanted to have a little fun for a second. Did a little like drifty donut. Come on, you don't blame me. You can't blame me. This thing's too much fun. So we're cruising. I'm trying to keep it like 10-15 miles an hour. Yeah, so that's where we're at. 46.1 miles. Work mode, rear-wheel drive, cruising. 62 degrees out. Not a cloud in the sky, other than a few, but not many. All right. See you guys in a later mileage update. All right, guys. I just found a really cool feature on this quad that I got to show you guys. It's insane. To me, it's really cool. Not everybody's gonna care about this, but check this out. So driving now, you can see the miles per kilowatt hour as you drive. So what that means is this quad has an 8.9 kilowatt hour battery. Just picture that like a gas tank. Like, let's say your gas tank has 15 gallons of gas in it, and that's the max gas you can put in, right? So that, you know, based on that and how you drive, you figure out your fuel economy. You figure out how many miles you can drive on a tank. Similar to that with a quad, only on electric, ATV or a dirt bike or any of that stuff. Electric car, same thing. You're going to take the kilowatt hour size of the battery pack. That is the usable size. Every battery pack has two different numbers. They have the actual full capacity of the battery pack, and then they have the usable portion of that. And they're fairly close. Usually the numbers are pretty close, but for this, I know it's 8.9 usable, I believe, is what they advertise, is 8.9 kilowatt hours. So you're gonna take that 8.9 and you'll just multiply it by the number that you see. I've been doing this for like the last 2 miles. I've been watching this and it averages around 7.5 or so. You know, it goes down a little bit the faster you go, but it smooths out. But on a flat, smooth road like this, averaging 11 miles an hour, this is the smoothest, flattest road I've been on since I found this feature. So if you're driving on surfaces like this, I'm staying closer to 10. But before this, on rocky terrain, bumpy stuff, off-road, I was averaging around 7. So if you do 10 miles an hour, average in really rocky, crappy roads, you're probably gonna get, let's say 7 times 8.9 for easy math. Let's call it a 9 kilowatt hour back, even though we know it's 8.9. 9's close enough, right? So 9 times 7 is 63. So that's gonna give you 63 miles of range. They rate this between 30 and 40. But I'm seeing 63 there with that math. And then if we do 10, hold on. How's it going? Hey, it's electric just like yours. No, this is. Yeah. What's going on, guys? Last clip in the video I recorded around 2:30, and I was on the other side of this road. And then I stopped because I started talking to a guy. You can hear him. You can hear him in the video if you listen closely. But he was on a mountain bike, and I thought it was an electric Santa Cruz mountain bike. So I said, "Oh, this is electric, just like yours." And he goes, "No, it's not." And I go, "Yeah, this is electric." And he goes, "Oh, really?" And we started talking. But turns out he wasn't electric. He had a 2018 mountain bike. It wasn't electric, and I just thought it was because a lot of those, you know, higher end, like specialized mountain bikes and Santa Cruz and stuff, they're all electric. But turns out his wasn't. Anyways, so an hour and a half later, we exchanged contact info. He seems like a cool dude. We started talking about e-bike conversions and electric ATVs and electric cars and stuff, so that's pretty cool. And then he's selling a 98 Ford Ranger that a buddy of mine might want to buy. So that's cool. Anyways, but yeah, back to the kilowatt hours per mile. It turns out right now I have it in speed limit mode, still in rear wheel drive. I'm in work mode, 15 miles per hour, and I'm pulling in 8.1 miles per kilowatt hour. So call it 8 for easy math. We know the battery pack is 8.9 kilowatts usable, so call that 9 kilowatts for easy math. And then 9 times 8, right? So 72. That's 72 miles of range. I think that's easily, maybe even a little more, maybe a little less than 72 because it's an 8.9 kilowatt pack. But like, you know, it's been crazy. I've got 53 miles on the odometer. It's hard to see it, dang it. It's hard to do this with one hand. 53 miles on the odometer. When I started the range test, I was at 41. So I've put 12 miles on the battery, and when I left the house, I was at 31 range estimate. So I've only shaved off 9 miles of range estimate, but I've put 12 miles on it. So you can see that that range estimate isn't accurate, just because it's based on how you drive. So I mean, it is accurate. But as you know, if you can see, if I get on it, see there's the regen. That little blue that you see there, that's actually the regen. And then when you throttle, when you accelerate, it goes into the orange. When you let off, it goes into the regen. So you see a lot of that blue regen come when I'm going downhill. And so if I'm going downhill, I can regen a lot of the battery. But it was just a dog bark. But yeah, no, it's real nice out. If I didn't take an hour and a half to talk to Joe, his name was Joe, which he was a cool dude. It was nice talking to him. But if I didn't spend an hour and a half doing that, I would have had a lot more daylight riding, for sure. and worked through more of this battery. But and I only started out with 80%. So I'll do some math. Maybe I'll just do the math on the ride. Well, no, the weird thing is you can't see the battery percentage. As far as I know right now, you can't see the battery percentage until you plug it in at home. So you have a range estimate right there, which is 22. If I want to, I can pull that up so that it's bigger. Right there. I just had to do that real quick while I was driving. But yeah, so that's 22. But why have it there when you already have it on the side? So that's why I usually have temperature out, which is, right now it's 57 degrees outside. I usually keep that up, but with me just finding out, about the watt hours per mile, or miles per kilowatt hour rather, I like that. I'll keep that up. I love being able to see my efficiency. But yeah, so we're just out here doing the test. I mean, I'm gonna head home because I'm freezing. It's 57 degrees out. It's really freaking cold. It's not that cold, but when one hand is bare hand, my left hand is bare hand, my other hand's in a glove, so I can film and use the phone, then I get pretty cold pretty quick. And I'm just in a thin long sleeve shirt and blue jeans. So. But yeah, here comes a car on the other side of the road. But yeah, we're just doing that test. I mean, that's just it. A lot of driving, a lot of boring driving. I've had some fun, gone down some, like this steep hill. This is a really steep hill. It doesn't look like it, but it is. Watch the regen. See that regen kick in? Might have been hard to see. It was kind of bumpy, but you can really see that regen kick in. There's a little squeaky noise, but you kind of hear that. Yeah, this thing climbs like nobody's business, man. Just as I peel out and I can't climb. Let's put it in all-wheel drive. So you see all four wheels lit up white, and when I go back to two-wheel, you can see it disengage. So now we're in all-wheel. Let's see if we can climb this hill. It doesn't look that steep, but it's very steep. It's a pretty steep grade. We're gonna see if we can climb up it in high gear. Hey, we're doing it. Had to give it a little bit of beans, but we made it right up it, no problem. I wonder if it would go. That's where we went up. I wonder if it would go. Watch that regen. Whew, bumpy. Let's see if it'll go up it in low gear. That was the brakes. Now we're in low gear. See, it says that right here. It's drive low gear in work mode with four-wheel drive engaged. Let's see if we got this. I'm gonna go up a new path. Somebody else went up there. That's the one we just went up. Let's crawl up this real slow. See what we got. I'm gonna try to go as slow as possible without tipping over or something. Wow, that was like a 2 to 3 mile an hour creep up that. That's insane. I'm gonna try to get it good back to two-wheel drive and high, and we'll see if we can. And the top speed in low gear is 30 or 32. Top speed and high is 52. Yeah, let's see if we can do. Show you that regen. See that blue? Kind of. Yeah, you guys. But yeah. All right. Well, we're just about done. Just about home. And I will make a quick video in the garage that kind of goes over the battery percentage and what it's at, because I charged to 80 when we left. I was at 79 as I was backing it out of the garage. It never did get to 80, but it's fine. So I didn't feel like going to 100. I want to take really good care of this battery. We want this to last a long time, and they do say that it's good to charge lithium batteries to 80%. So, and it does everything we need it to do, going to 80. If there's ever a day we need to get to 100, we will, but the regen's not going to do anything at 100. Even the manual told us that, and I know that from owning a Tesla. Your regen, because the regen function regenerates energy back into the battery using regenerative braking. Well, if your battery's full or very near capacity, 98-99%, it's not going to regen any energy into the battery, because it can't, because the battery's full, or very close to full. So I don't mind going around with an 80% battery. There's nothing wrong with that. But when we get back to the house, I'll look at the battery percentage that's left. I'll plug it in, and when I plug it in to charge it, it'll show the percentage, and then I'll let you guys know. I'll show you the charge screen. Maybe I'll show you how easy it is to charge and plug in too. That stuff's pretty easy. We're getting back to the neighborhood now, and we are at, we'll do it. This is the same place I was when I showed the odometer before. So we were at 41 miles. We put 13 on it, and our range estimate has only gone down by, we'll say 10 miles. And we've put 13 on it. So that's interesting. All right, guys. And a few minutes, and I'll show you what the battery percentage is at. All right, bye. All right, so we're back here in the garage. I'm going to plug the four-wheeler in. You do not need the key. Don't mind this. My wife bought that. Technically, it's her quad, but I ride it a lot. You don't need the key to charge it. I'll show you this, and you probably know this from other Can-Am products. I think they're all the same way. So this is the charger that it came with. I believe it's the same as a J1772. It's the same style that it is. It's the SAE 1772. So it's the J1772 plug. But if you look at it, you lift this and then you take that cap off. So this will technically, you could technically go to a public charging station, the DC charging stations, the fast charging stations, and plug this in, but it would fry this. This is not meant to be charged at DC public charging stations. It's meant to be charged at home or anywhere where you can use a 3-prong 120 volt, or this is the charger that it comes with. You'd have to go buy either an adapter, or they might sell another charger, Rotax might, that plugs into a 240 volt. So this is the Tesla charger for our car. But if they might make one that plugs into a 240 volt, so you can fast charge this. But for right now, this is what it comes with, and it comes with a bag to put it in. So I just have water bottles in here now, but it comes with a bag to put it in. Let's plug it in and see what percent we're at. We were officially at 79% when we started the range test. 79% and 31 miles of range. And we're currently at 23 miles of range left on the range gauge, I guess. We'll look in a second. I think that's what it was at. Here, this is a little tricky to do with one hand. Hold on. There we go. Plugged it in. It's going to turn right on. There we go. 43%, 23 miles. When we started the test, we were at 80%, 79% and 31 miles. So for the range estimate, we only used 8 miles of range from the estimate. We rode 36% of the battery. We only knocked off 8 miles of range from the estimate. And then there's 54 on the quad right now, and it had 41. So I went 13 miles, but only used 8 miles from the estimated pack. So I went 5 miles further. So I mean, you can do the math, but like I said, I was getting 8 kilowatt hours, or 8 miles per kilowatt hour. And with an 8.9 pack, that's what, 8 times 8, 9 times 8, 72. I think we said that earlier, like 72 miles of range. So this thing, from my experience, I ripped around on it one day like a psychopath. I started at 80% and I just tore it up. I went everywhere. And I think I came back with like 15% battery or 20. And I was exhausted. I was tired. I went like 15 miles, 20 miles, and I was going everywhere on that thing. I mean, I went all around the desert around here, and I was in sport mode or work mode most of the time, just one of the two, and just no speed limit mode. I was just ripping, and I loved every minute of it. I had a great day. I was out for like 2 hours, and that was enough riding for me. And I think that was probably going to be about a 25 to 30 mile range max riding like that. But just normal riding and just going out and doing it. And my wife and I got both on it. Probably 50 miles, I would say. Just me going out and taking it easy, probably somewhere between, I might ride a little harder if I'm by myself, not doing a range test, but not crazy hard. Maybe somewhere between 40 and 60 miles. I'm not always going to go 10 miles an hour down a flat gravel road or 15 miles an hour on a flat gravel road and get 76 miles or whatever. 63 miles of range or whatever, yeah. 72, yeah, a little less than 72 because it's, yeah. So, I don't know, but it's worth it. I would say anywhere between 25 miles of range on the low side if you're driving like a psychopath, and upwards of 70 miles if you're just driving and you just need to get somewhere and this is all you have and you need to get there and you can afford to go 15 miles an hour for 4 hours, you're going to make it 60 miles. So, all right. So that's as good as range test as any. I mean, if you guys want me to do another one, I will. I'll juice it up to 100 and I'll try and get through the whole battery pack, but the evidence is clearly there and the range test is trending in that direction. So I would say 72 miles of range max, which is 22 more than their estimate, and on the high side of their estimate because they say 50, and 30 on the low side, and I say probably 25 on the low side, maybe 20 if you're really tearing it up. But I probably could have got another 10 miles out of it, and I think I put almost 15 in it that day, so maybe 20 to 23, 25 on the low side if you're tearing it up. So, and if I had a place to plug in, which there's a place here in town at one of the local parks that has a 3-prong outlet that always works. I've plugged air compressors into it before and stuff at one of the local parks. So I mean, I could always charge there if I wanted to stop and have lunch at one of the picnic tables or something. But yeah, this thing's awesome. I absolutely love it. Great investment and well worth it. If we could have, we probably would have gone for the max and just had that extra seat. But we fit 2 people comfortably on it, and it's perfectly fine. Here's the deal. This is the 2008 Can-Am DS450. And it's gutted for the most part. I think that's there's a throttle body and clutch cover or whatever still there, but a couple things, you know, air box. I want to put the motor controller inside that box. Put the battery there, obviously put the motor there. I need to get a different motor that's made for right side drive sprockets, but other than that, we are golden. This thing rips. It's gonna rip. It's gonna be freaking sick. I can't wait to see it go. Get a set of plastics for it. Gut more from it if I can. I don't know if I need to keep the radiator or anything else around here to mount the plastics back to, but this thing's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to get that going and convert that to electric. But it is so tiny compared to the Outlander. Like, the Outlander's huge compared to that thing in person. All right, guys. Thanks for watching the video. It's rambling, but it's just my thoughts and stuff about the quad. I'm going to go inside and warm up and start some dinner. All right, bye.